All right, sorry, what are you looking at?
Well, something I've been thinking about a lot lately is the trade off that we have made with technology and privacy. And I was especially struck by this a few weeks ago. I was on a trip with some friends of mine. We were at an Airbnb. This friend had a semi sensitive job and they were sitting on the porch. They were talking about something from work. And I stopped him and I said, hey, don't forget, most Airbnbs, they have ring cameras. You never know if the owner is watching. Sure enough, we looked around and in the corner, there was a ring camera. Now, would the owner care enough to really look and even eavesdrop? Who knows? But it's a reminder of something that just seems omnipresent these days. Anything with a battery or an internet connection is dual use. It can make your life more convenient. It has plenty of legitimate use cases. It's also an entry point for higher authorities to abuse if they want to. I kept thinking about this in the light of a news story that is rocking the gun world right now. Liberty Safe, long known as one of the gold standards of firearm safes, has priced accordingly, has been caught in a tremendous scandal that seems to fly in the face of everything that they supposedly stand for. It started a few days ago when the news broke that the FBI arrested an individual named Nathan Hughes for crimes related to January 6. Hughes was arrested while out at a shopping center, which coincided in a search warrant raid on his home, including for the gun safe. Now, in the Hodge twins' telling, quote, the feds called the manufacturer of his Liberty gun safe and got the passcode to get into it. Now, immediately flags went up all over the gun world. Hold on a second. What are you talking about? Is that even possible? Not only is it possible, it's true. Liberty confirmed the news in a statement yesterday saying, quote, on August 30th, 2023, Liberty Safe was contacted by the FBI requesting the access code to a safe of an individual for whom they had a warrant to search their property. They continue, quote, our company protocol is to provide access codes to law enforcement if a warrant grants them access to a property. Parse that again. If the feds have a search warrant just for your property, and there happens to be a gun safe on said property, the company is not required by law at all to turn that code over. Yet, they hand over the key to the freaking safe. The safe, again, is sold as impenetrable, meant to hold constitutionally protected guns. What's especially galling, though, about Liberty's decision is they did not even fight this request, and who knows how many others in the past. Apple, famously in 2016, told the FBI, kick rocks, when they were asked to unlock the San Bernardino's terrorist iPhone. Their correct rationale was, well, if we do it, or we show the FBI how to do it, they could do it for all their products, and thus it was vital to preserve customer privacy, not provide the government a backdoor to any of their devices. And that's Apple, one of the most liberal companies in the United States. Here, you've got a freaking gun safe company who is constantly posting about well-regulated militias and everyday carries that apparently does whatever the FBI just asked them to do, even though they absolutely could have fought any such request and won in court, as Apple did against the FBI. The reason I am doing this is not just to talk about Liberty Guns or that situation, it's because it connects back to what I started with. Electronic locks are convenient, and that's why people use them or buy them. It's all fun and games until the company can just give the feds a backdoor into your nearly $10,000 gun safe that you bought with a full expectation that only the owner could access. And to circle back to the beginning, ring cameras are really easy to use and set up too. And there's a bit of a catch though, that the people over at Wired have flagged that I've been dying to talk about over here for a while. Since 2021, Amazon has signed a partnership with more than 2,000 police and fire departments across the US, as well as abroad with the UK. It is now been revealed that ring owners' footage has on multiple occasions been turned over to law enforcement authorities without the explicit consent of the owner of the footage or of the camera. Furthermore, the owners of said cameras and footage did not even know that that data was turned over, flipping on the head the idea of who owns these things in the first place. Ring at that time said, quote, it may hand over data without permission in emergency situations where there is imminent danger of death or serious harm to a person. If you're a cop, obviously, what do you say whenever you want some data? It's imminent. It's an emergency situation. The guy's on the loose. Boom. You don't even need a warrant, and camera footage is on its way. And look, in some cases, it is voluntary. If officers want footage of Ring cameras, then in some cases, Ring will ask you if you want to share it. And if you do, go for it. That's your choice as a citizen. But involuntary is where I draw the line. From dash cams to door cams, to gun safes to smart home locks, we are creating a society where it is easier than ever for the police and law enforcement to get access to the most private areas of your life without a warrant and only having to call up the company to get access. And the worst part, as I said, there's really only so much you can do about it. You can have a dumb home, sure, but you still have to go out in public. Every time you walk your dog, you're probably captured by more than a dozen doorbell cameras if you live in a semi-urban environment like I do. Or visit an Airbnb, or drive as you're captured on someone else's dash cam. Perhaps we don't have a legal expectation of privacy in each one of those situations, but We should have some moral one as a society, and we can push our lawmakers to actually do something about this. Otherwise, the pace of technology and government intrusion is only going to increase, and the main victims will be us, who have to choose between convenience and surveillance. I mean, the gun safe thing is actually...
Hey guys, obviously I had a lot of thoughts on what Saagar had to say there, so if you want to see my thoughts on this monologue and every other Saagar monologue, make sure you subscribe at breakingpoints.com.